What would you do if your child looked at you and said, "Take a lie detector test with me. Prove that I am the liar," not a stranger asking. Your own son asking in front of millions of people, because that is exactly what happened to Kate Gosselin this summer. The mother America once watched raise 8 children on television. Her son Colin says he was restrained with zip ties. He says he was locked in a basement. He says the world watched a version of his childhood that never existed, and he offered to sit down beside her, both of them wired to machines, and let the needle decide who is telling the truth. Kate's entire public answer was one word. She laughed. If you have ever raised a child, that laugh is going to sit with you the rest of this story. And it is still not the worst part. Because on October 13th, a memoir with Colin's name on the cover hits the shelves, and in the build-up to that book came a photograph he claims shows a page from Kate's own diary, in her own handwriting, about a 2-year-old boy. We're going to read you that sentence, and when we do, you will understand why one laugh made everything so much worse. The damage runs through nearly 20 years, 8 children, and 1 locked door, and it starts in a Pennsylvania living room in 2007. That year, America met a nurse named Kate Gosselin, her husband Jon, their twin daughters, and sextuplets born in 2004. Jon and Kate plus 8 turned their kitchen into one of the most famous rooms in the country. Kate became the face of it, the supermom running an army of 8 on schedules and color-coded bins, and by 2009, the show was so big that almost 10 million people watched the season premiere. That was also the year the marriage collapsed in front of those same cameras. Jon and Kate announced their divorce in an episode of their own show. Jon was written out. The title changed to Kate plus 8. The children kept filming. And by then, the family was not just a family. It was a business. Kate's name went on best-selling books. Her face went on tabloid covers at every grocery checkout. When the show finally slowed down, she stayed on television, on Celebrity Apprentice in 2017, on her own dating series in 2019. The brand was always the same, a mother holding 8 children together against the odds. The children were the product. Remember that, because the money is about to come back into this story in a way nobody expected. Now count those children carefully. 8, because in 2016, viewers started noticing something in the episodes and the holiday photos. 7, Colin was gone. He was 12 years old, and he had simply vanished from his own family's television show. When People magazine asked, Kate said she had enrolled him in a program away from home. When the abuse rumors started, she went on Good Morning America and called them absolutely unfounded. On her own show, she explained it this way, quote, "I was not able, with my own resources here, to meet his needs. What the cameras never showed was where he actually was. The Fairmount Behavioral Health System, a psychiatric facility in Philadelphia, and after that, by his family's account, a second facility near Pittsburgh. Think about the whiplash of that from the inside. A boy who spent his entire life with cameras in his kitchen, whose birthdays were broadcast to millions, was now in a locked building where nobody could see him at all. He was 12 when he went in. The show went on without him. The person who went and got him was the man the show had written out. Jon Kate was working as a DJ and installing solar panels by then, and he spent everything on the legal fight. His exact words, "I spent $1 million to get my son out. Everything I had, I spent." In 2018, a court gave Jon custody, and Colin came home at 14 to a smaller house and a father who had gone broke, freeing him. His sister Hannah, the one sibling who knew where he had been sent, asked to live with them too. And when Colin was finally old enough to explain his own theory of why he was sent away, he put it in one sentence, quote, "She had to put me somewhere where I wouldn't be able to put the secrets out." Hold on to that sentence, because everything that has happened since is him making good on it. At 18, in 2022, Colin gave his first television interview and spoke carefully, almost gently, about his mother. A year later, on a documentary series about the dark side of 2000 television, he went further and said the placement was punishment for telling people what was happening at home. And pay attention to how Kate answered that one, because it is the middle step in a pattern you are about to watch complete itself. She gave People magazine a statement calling her own son, quote, "a very troubled young man who continues to need a lot of help." She said he had received multiple psychiatric diagnoses over the years. She said such fabrications were, quote, "rarely and sadly surprising when mental illness is involved." And she said his, quote, "distorted perception of reality had always been his struggle." Translated, do not believe him. He is not well. Then came this June, and the interview that changed the arithmetic. 54 minutes on YouTube, nearly 900,000 views in 3 weeks, and this time Colin did not speak in generalities. He described a room, his words. "My mother had a room built in our unfinished section of the storage basement. She had a room put up with cameras in it, a tiny window in the corner, and it was bolt-locked from the outside. He called it, quote, literally containment." He described what he says happened inside it. Quote, "She had zip-tied my hands and feet together and bolt-locked the door, turned the lights off." He described the day he vanished from television. Quote, "I was one day just up and gone." Hear that sentence the way a parent hears it. No warning, nothing explained. A 12-year-old boy gone from his own house between one morning and the next, while his brothers and sisters kept filming a television show. 22 months in facilities, carrying diagnoses he believes were false. And then came the post that moved this story from his word against hers into something else entirely. A photograph of a diary page, which Colin claims comes from Kate's own journal, written when he was 2 years old. The line he highlighted says she needed to pray to God to stop hitting him. Her own alleged words in her own alleged handwriting, posted by her own son. Kate has denied every allegation of abuse for a decade, every single time. So Colin proposed a way to end the argument forever. He first offered it in 2025. Both of them, side by side, his words, connected to lie detectors, heart monitors, everything. Any interviewer she wants. Every question on the table. The zip ties, the basement. And one more topic he insists belongs on the list, the money. 8 children spent their childhoods generating television revenue, and Colin wants his mother asked, under the needle, where those earnings actually went. This is the part we told you to remember. The children were the product. He is asking to see the books. His reasoning, quote, "I want the truth to be told. I always say there's the truth, and then there's the truth from Kate Gosselin's point of view. So let's just put it all out there." For a year, nothing. On June 28th, he said it plainly, quote, "I've been stood up by my mom, again." 2 days later, Kate finally responded, not in a courtroom, not in an interview. On TikTok, the short video app, in the public comments underneath her own posts, where any stranger scrolling by could read along. Asked about the lie detector, she wrote one word, "Huh!" exclamation point. And when a follower asked why she does not simply sue her son for defamation if he is lying, she wrote, "And we are cleaning up the spelling for television." Quote, "I can't, because I'm a public figure. The rules are different, unfortunately, or I definitely would." She added, quote, "Malice is one of the hardest things to prove. I tried." She even said a high-profile Los Angeles attorney once told her the courts do not honor it when you are in the public eye. Read those answers together and you see why the internet turned on her within hours. She told the world she would absolutely sue her son if the law allowed it. But a polygraph needs no court, no malice standard, and no attorney. It was sitting right there, free, offered by her own child on camera. And the woman, who says she has nothing to hide, answered it with a laugh. Now, line up her 3 answers side by side, because this is the pattern we told you was completing itself. In 2016, when the rumors first started, she sat for a full interview on Good Morning America to deny them. In 2023, when Colin spoke on a documentary, she sent a written paragraph to People magazine. In 2026, when he offered to settle it with a machine, she typed 2 letters, an interview, a paragraph, a syllable. Whatever is happening inside this family, her public answers are shrinking, exactly as her son's account is about to go on sale in hardcover. Good Morning America was covering the feud within days, commentary channels piled onto that single comment, and the comment sections did the rest. So here is where this family stands tonight. The memoir In the Shadow of 8, Surviving the Reality of My Childhood, arrives October 13th from Grand Central Publishing, and the publisher's own description promises accounts of physical restraint, confinement in a basement room, and heavy psychiatric medication given to him as a child. Kate denies it all, and it must be said, nothing, Colin, alleges has been tested in any court. There are 2 roads from here. If the book is what its publisher promises, October 13th becomes the day the last untold story of that famous house finally goes on the record, with every morning show circling. And if Kate is right, if none of it happened the way her son remembers, then she is watching a child she raised sell an accusation she cannot legally fight. Either road. One fact does not move. 6 of his 7 siblings have stayed publicly silent. Only Hannah, the sister who left with him, stands beside him. For nearly 20 years, cameras filmed everything in that house except the one room Colin says mattered. In October, he opens that door himself. She answered with one syllable. He is answering with an entire book. Now we want to know where you stand. If you believe a mother with nothing to hide takes that test the moment her child asks, and we suspect you already know where you stand, tell us in the comments and tell us where you are watching from tonight. And if you think a polygraph proves nothing, and that this is a son airing private pain 3 months before a book goes on sale, we want to hear that side too, because that question splits every comment section this story touches. Subscribe, because we will be here on October 13th when that book opens. And if you want to see how the quietest person in a famous marriage finally told her side, our video on what Bunny XO took from Jelly Roll is on your screen right now. This family has spent nearly 20 years in front of the needle of public opinion. On October 13th, it starts moving again.